谢谢佑佑0301线的订阅。
一来就被凶。
哎，我们要去哪里看啊？这音乐好嗨哦！好，我们等一下先来看我们前面的那个我们导播导的怎么样，然后顺便看一下剧情。我去倒个水，我们等一下就开始。哎，先确认一下刚刚上。好想看大王按到广告的那个。好，没事。我的片师 P 长荣跟 baby 的照片给我。哎，这个音量大家可以吗？还是要再我调一下，这样好不好？这样感觉比较刚好。你们先看那个广告。这个吗？还是疯狂尼尔啊？怎么那么多啊？怎么那么多啊？是这个吗？我也好在意哦。等一下。
Welcome to Crazy Deals, crazy pre-Christmas sofa and chair deals. It's a steal with Crazy Deals. We don't care if you've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red sofas, brown cushions, pink cushions. You've got a grey sofa. We've got a great sofa in a grey, a brown, a pink, a yellow, a purple. Neil's deals are unreal. You've got people coming over for Christmas. You've got Nan. She's going to leave a stain on the sofa. You don't want her sitting on this white sofa. She's going to have to sit on the dark sofa. This is the deal with Neil Appeal. You want to throw your money at us? We'll give you a leather sofa for a price that is just crazy. If you've got lightning, strike it. Then strike whilst the lightning is hot. You've got a disused sofa. We don't care if it's smelly, stuck in front of your telly, full of welly. We'll take that shit away. Don't make a meal out of it. Make a deal out of it. We got a big ass deal on a big ass chair. We've got white chairs, blue chairs, stools, inflatable chairs. This is a crazy deal with Neil Appeal. You don't want no layman chair. You want a great chair. We had a man come down the other day and he brought in his young daughter and he wanted her to have the best
这是新的吗？
those chairs, we got Mondo chairs, we got tall chairs.
哦，没有，这是昨天。
We got chairs twins, chairs made out of steel, chairs that are a steal and a deal. We got those chairs. You want crazy?
游戏太大声了。
Crazy deals, got crazy deals. You want a toilet? We can do you a toilet. We can do you a toilet next to a chair. We can do you a chair next to a toilet. Hell, we can even do you a toilet chair. So you come on down, you bring your ass. We got it. You want it. You want it.
好，我要来看昨天我的那个、哦，我先来看《爱的抱抱先生》好了。我的有的广告都还没看。
Kids, you love them, we love them, and they just love
Mr. Snugglehug. Yeah!
with his state-of-the-art human-like voice to keep them company.
好丑哦！
And his
太
incredible
可怕了
reaction
吧！
eyes. It's no wonder Mr. Snugglehugs is the gift your child wants this Christmas.
All the other kids have got one.
That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out. Oh, Mr. Snugglehugs, you're so silly. Mr. Snugglehugs in stores
好可怕
now,
哦
selling out fast.
改一下标题。还有什么没看？一起锻炼这个有看过吗？冬季好像也没看过哎。
Hi, I'm world-class sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves. I'm not fat, but you are. Don't worry, ladies. Now you can have me, Johnny Hamsleeves, right there in your lounge.
Johnny!
什么歌啦？
I'll take you do a proper match day workout with my two cracking assistants. Who knows, within a few weeks, you could be as fit as them.
游戏声又太小，刚不是说很大，又太小。
Did you know that fat people are less likely to laugh, marry, or live past the age of 26? These potentially true statistics are all terrifying reasons why you need to pop a bit of Johnny in your VHS slot.
哦，筋好软哦，哇！
Every exercise is recommended by sports professionals and is 72% likely to get.
而且这教练到底在拽屁呀、超好笑。演员真的好好笑哦。
With Johnny Hamsley.
赞赞赞！这演员都不会笑场，很猛哎。我看看哦，短版的应该就一样吧，冬季的好像还没看过。
Welcome to Crazy Deals, crazy pre-Christmas sofa and chair deals. It's a
怎么一
steal,
样啊？
crazy deal. We don't care if you've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red
哦
sofas,
哦
brown， cushions.
它是两个不一样的椅子哎，它是浏览巴姆里。哎，圣诞节是，我有点忘了我刚看的什么哎，圣诞节应该是一样的吗？
Crazy Neil's festive Yuletide ornament spectacular. So you've got the best Christmas tree that your money can buy, and you want to put on it some crazy ass Christmas ornaments. We want to give you a spectacular Christmas cactus. You know what it's like? You've run out of things to dress up, and you want your house to look like a Christmas barn and hill. Then we've got the ornaments for you. You want something like vases, or vases, or another cactus.
刚刚明明就长一样。
Or this, a crazy Christmas frog, or a toad, woodpecker, that cool.
谁要啦？一个烂东西！
Christmas elephant, we've got all the
圣诞大象。
crazy deals, crazy deals. This is a clear out of the storage locker that second Mrs. Neil she abandoned her children.
我靠！我靠！我靠！
Don't be a prick and get yourself quick. Grab yourself a crazy deal with Neil Hill.
我靠！好屌哦，买了吧？浏览巴姆里。
Where can you get warm, sandy beaches, clear waters, and fine dining? Well, we're not sure, but here in St Bumley on the Taint, we've got a big hill and the bus comes twice daily. Visit picturesque St Bumley this summer and experience a holiday that's simply unlike any other. Come and visit the abandoned spade factory. Your kids will love exploring the old production line in relative safety. Grab your tetanus shots and come down today. There's no gift shop, but feel free to grab an old handle.
这是什么？这就废墟
Why
嘛！
not indulge your cultured side and visit some of our sites of historic interest, like the
卷心菜的场
currently
地。
subject of a thrilling police investigation, the old market, home of the fairly big cabbage, or the hole. Hey, that's a nice hole.
哎，它的字幕变快了啦！
And after a long day exploring Bumley, you can relax in comfort in one of two communal tents. Or you could take advantage of our famous
为什么会这样啊？这为什么字幕会变快啊？
nightlife. There's a radio in the cafe, or on Fridays we gather to watch tramps fight.
他现在在讲的是这个收音机那一段了。
Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas
哦，
of
这是
outstanding
故意
natural
的，是不
interest.
是？
Isn't it time your family went Bumley way? And hey, if you come in the dry season, you've got a car park. St Bumley, on the Taint, naturally.
好烂哦！好烂哦！先进党的。
Our children are our future. Advance knows this, and we're here to help. The new Advance Go-Getters initiative will ensure that every young person enjoys the abundance of benefits that only a true community can provide, while keeping us informed of all the ups and downs to help make things even better.
青年军
With a vast range of activities available, building the nation's future has never been so rewarding. With the Go-Getters, you can be sure that your children will be well equipped in the march towards progress. After all, there's nothing better than moving forwards. The advanced Go-Getters, forwards together.
啊，果然是政治广告最难看，像这个朱迪科上。
Why bother strengthening your body when you can strengthen your face?
唐白是怎样啊
deserves the best, so the new formula actively removes harsh chemicals from your skin. The high salt content actually pulls the dihydrogen monoxide right from your pores to give you the crisp, brittle skin you've come to expect. The new Yuniko Shon will revitalize the appearance of the strength of your face's skin. 41% of women we surveyed said they loved their visible flakes, and 7 out of 10 dentists would recommend it.
关牙医什么事啊
Yuniko Shon, because we said so.
太故意用那种发音，超好笑啊！我们可以来看我们昨天的，这是我们昨天的，各位。哎，不对，这个才是昨天的吧 ？Day 8的，来。
Take a look at what's in store tonight on Channel 1. Kicking off our evening schedule is
这是小熊导播切的画面哦，大家要认真看哦。
Reminding us just how our new Prime Minister became so popular in the first place. Following
顺便来
that,
看
at
一下
9
主线
p.m.
那段到底在
Meghan
演
Wolf
什
sits
么。
down for an exclusive interview with former Prime Minister Jacob Hamilton-Mann in Truth to Power.
And she'll be asking him where it all went so horribly wrong. I'll certainly be tuning in for that. Finally tonight at 10 p.m. It's a bit of escapism with Lawrence Grant Hatch's acclaimed action movie Bullet Man, taking us up to the National Weather Report and also a quarter past midnight. But before all that, it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Night News.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight: Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first.
顺便看一下先进党这边到底是怎样。
Who's leading this charge? Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist.
啊，前面是先那个吧？
哦，
这个是先选那个的啦。
rumblings already heard from overseas. I'll be asking my guess whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their manifesto promises. Out with the old, Rimington's Fist have appointed Sophia Rimington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female
所以现在执政党就是
Sophia Rimington's
选错站了。
for the giant mega corporation. Sophia, as our regular viewers will be aware, has always been a wild child. Has been romantically.
所以先进党是现在执政的党吧，所以他们才可以一直做这个。
press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehearts. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr.
科学家王大卫博士跟海洋生物学家，哦，好长哦，这名字。
The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. The two scientists, who shared a fierce rivalry for many years, decided to undertake this expedition in each other's company. However, the two have released a joint statement in which they
他这里声音好像都会变小。
to like each other to achieve remarkable results. Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very program.
后面的保镖还录进。
Celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner. And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. Could this be exactly the right time for Advance's new approach? All that, and Meghan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new assets and and Wealth Act.
我这个怎么切全景啦？直接3杯水。
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
各位，快点，熊导播，等一下表演很精彩哦。哈哈，可以。
Thanks for having me.
哦，还有打输这一段。我们要先看完打输这一段。
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
啊，所以左边女生是支持先进党的，所以反而其实艾伦虽然乍看之下很白痴，可是他是反对执政党的。
In my book, Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book.
Shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't.
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well this isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! This young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they do but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
可是我忘了他 A 跟 B 怎么按了，应该也是3跟4吧。
The youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilize, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them, Frankenscience and opie arts. Like opium.
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world.
哎呦，这女的被洗脑的很严重哦。
Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
来了，熊导播分数最高的一个。我今天要再看一次这广告，而且这广告很短。
Kids, you love them, we love them, and they just love
Mr. Skylark. Yeah!
with his state-of-the-art human-like voice to keep them company when you can't.
If you keep me happy,
And his incredible real-action eyes.
I hope your mommy and daddy don't have fun. That would be bad.
wonder Mr. Snugglehugs is the gift
可以
your
快转，可以
child
快转。
wants.
对，我要看黑 friendship， 快点！
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a
啊
deep dive
怎么还没？我好像真的在看电视的小孩哦。
advance of a
哦，对了，还有这个。
meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy.
哦，这里我去瞧那个画面了啦，所以都看不到血流成河。
We need more support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide.
看主播也蛮好笑的哎。
minutes, I'm talking to Jeremy Thompson.
这里我很忙，各位，这里我超忙。
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us.
I cannot believe...
Perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies, mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang... Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Darling, I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is
Well,
certainly
well,
the responsibility of the decent, good, white people
Darling,
of this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment. Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy, so get back in your naughty, you
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has the sob story. We don't as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs.
Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And
Look, I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge Club.
to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison.
刚从监狱释放的。
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Tit. Everybody else does.
疯狂的效应。
Tell us what it's like in prison, Tony.
Tit. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, tit
超难消音。我记得消音好像删空白键，我等下会记得。
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Tipped Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. It's Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
One sec, love. Tip on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
It's open!
为什么有小丑
You are joking. Chrissy Free, you got Mr. Fancy, oh?
什么东西的
Now, fellas, I'm on the news.
这找的什么
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
为什么那么多小丑
I
啊
can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Jesus!
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal there, Tony.
Hey, las bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, we were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to clean up complex issues around law and order. After the break, I was some lucky young men.
来了，这次真的了，熊导播导的最好的一段要来了，哦，我好期待。
Why bother strengthening your body?
再见。
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford
我昨天导得很好哦，顺便看一下他们的主线。
Hey, friendship.
Hey, friendship. 我是粉丝。
Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm joking.
Andre were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget.
这个沙发真的超小。
I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important. Thanks, Steve. Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle believed.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our
你们感动观众了吗？真的吗？而且我等一下终于可以看他们在演什么了。
There was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
哦，剧中有重要的议题哦，大家要记得哦。
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Got it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have.
他其实没有名字，因为他其实是我们所有人。主持人本来想说点什么，但想想就算了。
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance.
对演员真的很强。
The headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retreated from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow.
I also threw it in. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and but then they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, maybe. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fuck Ian.
So, let's
主持人要受不了了。
Hey,
Hey, friendship. 熊导播导的啦。
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great! I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning.
他的手一直穿不进去那个外套。
Violent father.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers. My arm's stuck. Just keep going for fuck's sake. Right. Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
我都有切到。
Today. Who are you? Brilliant, keep going. Right. Who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah.
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
哈，我切的真好。
But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be cheeky. If you work as a team.
会唱的一起唱。
It's my choice to be made. So stop now, make a different choice.
要开始。
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your crew lads. I'm a loving rebel, but I still love maths.
完全没切到。
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late.
谢谢牙齿兄的订阅。
He had to wait. Where's my dinner?
哦，原来这一段是演他爸跟他老妈哦。
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
我切的很好。
Hitting women.
你看我这切的真顺啊。
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah. Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson.
赞啦赞啦赞啦，这导播厉害。
Our children.
啊，开心开心哦，我们可以开始玩了，各位啊，好开心哦。Listen to the inner voice。我等下来看一下操作 ，A 跟 B 应该还是3跟4吧。这游戏演员很屌，真的。啊，好像会跑一下主线哎，好像要先跑一下主线才开始切。长时间的轮班结束，回到家里，工作台找到一个纸条，是山姆匆忙写下的，因为 Chris 没付租金被赶出来了。我知道为什么，他其实是没有护照嘛，政党好像要拿走他的财产。谢谢小二。那我们现在在看恐怖片。我看到精彩的部分就是凯蒂决定独自调查，谁在乎啊？我的14岁儿子打断了我，他想要去朋友家，他用只有小孩的眼神看着我，又恳求我同意他去。我怎么觉得他去了会出事啊？感觉会被先进党，现在外面不是很危险吗？我觉得不要让他去。哦，他生气了，你假装为了我好，其实你想静一静，我他妈的恨你！哇！我觉得他会翘家，我要上床之前去看一眼他。天哪，我是一个好变态的家长哦！我的儿子在羽绒被里面生闷气，他对着墙一动也不动。但他意识到不跟我说话，我是不会走的时候，他叹了口气，转向我，跟我道歉。哦，太好了，太好了！哦，怎么突然那么后面啊？哦，圣诞节到了，今天下午气氛很紧张，因为我先跟大家解释一下，山姆是我的弟弟，然后克里斯是山姆的老婆，他老婆的护照被吊销了，所以他要跟我借，他想逃跑，我不借他这样，然后他就消失了。他回来吃圣诞节的晚餐这样。好像先进党是会把财产全部都拿走，然后把你护照也吊销，不让你逃到别的国家去这样子。那我们就先不说话好了，不要讲话，气氛大师。哎，你看到山姆了吗？那件事之后，他都不敢直视我的眼睛。我的女儿头抬起来，满脸困惑，怎么了，爸爸？怎么了？大人的事啊，现在不要提他啊。别说了，闭嘴啊！不用了，谢谢你够了，不要那么凶好了。他现在在吃烤鸡肉。然后我的女儿抓到这个机会跟我说：“你知道你有多爱我吗？”我怎么有不好的预感？我开玩笑说：“我今年我和我的朋友计划去旅行，我希望你可以资助我。”克里斯嘲讽地哼了一声：“你别说了啦，算了，我不要理他好了，继续跟女儿讲话。我们会看这个世界上很多地方的美景，还有学习其他国家的地区跟文化。哦，你知道我们家就不阔绰，现在外婆又来，我没有那么多钱。”求你了，哈利特的父母在帮他。不行啦，我们没钱啦。哦，而且我让他去的话，我儿子也会不爽我啊。你答应我的。克里斯开始鼓掌。本年度最佳父母奖的得主是，哎， 去他妈的圣诞节快乐！我解了一个成就叫 Maybe Next Year。又要讲账单，然后是先进档的信。谢谢温斯顿一家啊，谢谢你把护照寄给我们审核。现在呢，我们确认收到这个了，有符合资产财富重新分配条件啊，希望一切值得啊。因此随函附上支票一张，希望你们可以做成一个标志啊，应该可以讲信念吧。所以我们会创造一个平等的社会。哦，先进党真的在重新分配财富我怎么觉得是骗人的我们会继续为国家和人民的福祉而奋斗，经济负担减轻了，现有财富。我怎么在台高筑啊？会时不时的挥霍一下。为什么这该死的箱子拉链都拉不上？今天是结婚纪念日，每年这个时候我们都会出外去这个度过周末。我们已经很久没有时间可以独处了。啊，我要加班，因为我国跟外国的势力越来越紧张了，所以明天早上我们要先报道这个新闻。啊，天哪！山姆吻了我一下。什么意思？这里是老婆视角是不是啊？这个是老婆视角，不停向他道歉啊！完了，我看不懂这一段应该是老婆视角吧？可以度假了。原本就一直是老婆吧？没有啊，前面是我们跟老婆啊，我们不给他老婆护照不是吗？还是我搞错什么了？我刚刚是男的，所以刚刚是资讯量过大吗？你儿子查理在你身边转，听起来你在团队表现活跃吗？快点加入先进党进取者。怎么不像青年俱乐部啊？主角是女的哦。等一下，主角是女的，所以我们是在跟山姆偷吃吗？完了，好难懂哦！完了，我前面都没有很认真理解他。我们要让儿子加入先进党进取者吗？要吗？不签感觉很危险，签了感觉很恐怖要，我们要走革命路线。不是啦，是不是不给护照的其实是山姆的妹妹还是姐姐啦？是我完全记错了吧？哦，要回去看 VOD 了。那个克莉丝应该是我的妹妹吗？是我的妹妹哦。谢谢这位石灰大大，抱歉，对不起，我真的是这个记忆力真的太差了哦。我刚刚前面我还帮大家懒人包，完全懒人包大错误抱歉。同事给我的，他们没办法去了，免费票不去白不去，不去了吧？那家伙脑袋不正常，我要这么小心翼翼的生活吗？去吧。节目还不错，没有想象那么有趣。他是一位很有影响力的公众演说家，就是我们刚刚看的一直打书的那个吧。今晚好不容易可以待在家里，奇怪的是查理没有从学校回来。我敲他的卧室门，没有回应。我推开门，发现床上有一封信。我哪有？他偷签名，他帮我签名加入了，我儿子去加入先进党了。 我儿子是假币耶！天哪！啊！我受不了，难以置信。经过一天漫长工作后，回到家里，发现信件被分了几堆。山姆最近常常这么做，上面有日渐熟悉的先进党徽章，还用紧急的红色字体写着急件。赶快看！先进党政府在争取平等的斗争之后，又迈出了一步特此函告，实现大型民营企业的国有化，会重新分配资源给这个伟大国家的公民们。合作盟约计划，我怎么不记得有这一条？先进党精心挑选的4家机构，每户家庭都可以成为其中2家的合作伙伴，实现一致的高性能跟财务安全。请注意，所有回报都是基于民意，没办法进行保证。完了，我的截取盒又摔到了。我们要选一个机构，疯狂尼尔廉价好货。娱乐公司，疯狂尼尔感觉蛮赞的哎，疯狂尼尔很卖呀。2啦，疯狂尼尔啦，谢谢你的选择。
小熊安安波浪号，
谢谢亚伦。国家的未来建立在合作之上。克莱门特。以后广告疯狂帮疯狂尼尔工商没有错，我手头宽裕了耶。到底先进党对这个国家是好的吗？哦，该不要导播了吧？你原本是有钱人的话，肯定不好。等一下，我先看一下设定。啊，这样不能看设定。好啦，应该就1、2、3、4，空白键消音吧，我记得。
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films.
政府宣传片，我一定要播。
You still have a free choice for the other 2, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show.
先进党要在第2个，这是什么意思啊？等一下，为什么放不进去？我要帮疯狂尼尔工商啊！检查你的前列腺是什么？他刚叫我先放一个那个，可是那个在哪啊？必须播放。他刚说放在第二段吧？怎么办？我完了，我看不懂什么意思等一下，怎么已经开始播了？没关系，我们可以再来一次。你们刚刚有看懂他说什么吗？你们有看懂他说什么吗？不是先进党的先放吗？哦，我要先开店。哎呀，怎么是这种原因啊？怎么是这种原因啦？这网络坏掉，打电话叫工程师来修这样子，然后结果是没差，行程会未导有原因的。我先点一下这个放在第2个，这个我们再宣传一次这个吧。啊，你们前列腺要不要看？我们先看一点不一样的广告好了。
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks? Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his friend.
Hey Friendship 又有一个感人意义深远的故事，是现代家庭的13岁少女适应旧学校制度的恐怖生活。要准备了。
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Johnson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
我在练 A/B 怎么按啊？该不会只能用那个吧？
On thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement.
等一下啦，我先选这个。
This mysterious symbol might mean.
哦，神秘符号。
Quickly dismissed graffiti as a publicity stunt, or an act of frustration by a tiny, disorganized group of those who will never, under any circumstances, be content.
没有调播就是直接用滑鼠调了。看不懂。全部什么？
announced today that they're considering two possible options to end the growing tension.
Since splitting into two opposing camps on day 4 of the expedition, relationships between the factions and their leaders have only worsened.
To avoid escalating conflict, the two rival leaders are discussing partitioning the cavern into two clearly delineated areas, rumoured to be named Wongstown and Svalbard.
怎么感觉在乱说啊？
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back.
没有 A/B 不知道怎么按，我只能用。
Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
我先顺便练习一下马赛克。哦，可以，很好。
is not adjusting well to the near future. It's often too easy to forget that not every citizen.
我天啊，这一张资讯量好大。
Fallen angel, notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new low.
瘾君子在跟酒精的斗争达到新的低谷。
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Since being banned from the national squad earlier this year after urinating on a referee during a friendly against East Grinchley, things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Hansleeves.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sports?
And radical ideas. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a surprising new project that already has the market.
完了，这一段剧情好啊！大胆的首席官。啊，有了，我知道了，我知道按哪个，就按4就对。
We understand the mobile orientation operational.
完了，我根本就不知道他们在讲什么，我怎么选啊？
Based around the construction of a
国际旅行系统，以地球中心成为主要隧道，从世界一端达到另一端，一个下午，怎么可能啊？地质学家还要担心在地球挖个洞会带来影响，这种烂新闻。首相独家专访。
coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News. Sure.
Just a bit.
怎么啦？不吃。
First tonight, after the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview.
爱的抱抱有造成圣诞节恐慌哎。
Timmy Tadlock, like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
Last week, joyfully, he spoke for the first time since.
完了，我不习惯键盘。
Tonight, he talks to us.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology in the tragedy. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. That our publicity.
爱的抱抱有发生争议耶。
1,000 casualties might have been averted.
天哪！
On behalf of the Nightly News team, we're sorry.
In future, we will do better.
Now it's over to Robin Short at the Tadlock family home. Robin?
Thank you, Megan. I'm here with Mr. and Mrs. Tadlock and their 7-year-old son, Timothy. Thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, well, you're bloody lucky we're spending any time with you at all. That's what you lot did. Irresponsible.
Whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right. It wasn't your fault. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few open wounds here. I'll tread carefully. I'm going to speak to Timmy now. Hello, Timmy. Can you see me?
Who's that lady?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
You be careful now, it upsets the testicles.
Ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. So, Timmy, can you tell us what you unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you? Was he under the tree?
Yes, I could smell him already. He smelled like love.
Ah, yes, that'll be the
哇，怎么被弄成这样啊？哎呦，我等一下，我明天一定要把这个剧情看完。
He was so soft and warm, like our cat, before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
And what did Mr. Snuggle...
He blinked his real action eyes and said, "You're my very best friend." But I sure wish Mrs.
好恐怖，爱的抱抱先生。
For just $89.99.
他只要89点，啊哈哈哈！
And is that when he burst into flames?
I've asked you nicely.
And am I right in
爱的
saying
抱
that
抱
one of
先
his
生爆
real
炸了
action
耶！
eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek?
Yes.
哎呦，这一段好难哦。
It
等一下。
glows through bandages. I know it's under there. Staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. And with his glasses, that's 5.
It's too many eyes, Robin.
哎呦，我一直瞧那个都不能看。
Remember, before the darkness overtook you.
He looked at me with his one eye and laughed. Laughed as he burned.
好像很恐怖
very
哎。
traumatic. Do you have nightmares?
Not right, that's quite enough of
Timmy?
you two coming in here with your camera, trying to make a buck out of our
好想看哦，现在发展成怎么样了啦？我也在瞧这个。
Timmy, do you think you will ever be what we can call normal again?
And now you. Oh, you've made him cry with all 3 of his eyes.
Do you think your parents will ever really love you again?
Right, that's it. Enough.
哎呀，是不是发生了什么很荒谬的事啊？
So there you have it, Megan. Just one of the many victims
终于好了。
that has shaken our nation. Back to you. Thank you, Robin, Harry and stuff. My espresso here.
How will she turn this crisis around?
So, Jeremy, what are the warning signs consumers should look out for when they're spotting a dangerous toy?
Well, Megan, experts advise to always check for the new advancements,
好忙哦。
which guarantee a level of safety and quality.
哎呀，穿进了啦！
Close up on camera 3 here. So if we take a look at this national nightly news.
晚间新闻马克杯。
Just on the base of it there.
In the wake of the scandal, the government were praised for their swift response in bringing in this set of stringent checks and new products.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching out for our families. When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm bursting. Oh. She's very good.
Who?
Megan.
Yes, she is.
Watch your back, Jeremy. Women are coming.
I'm all worried about this water dripping into my head.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports.
裸体抗议者会挥舞他们的肥肉，破坏运动球赛，一定不要播。哦，我要想办法切掉，是不是？好，等一下我的马赛克也准备好了，各位。大家差不多会在这。那这样我明天怎么看啊？一样用那马赛克，还是我可以把它切掉啊？练习真导播错导播，哎，真的，我导播错导播哎。谢谢超光谱光源模型。 60大顺。
Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3,
2, 1.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities and transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation.
我知道，因为我刚滑鼠放在那个马赛克那里。
Megan, you join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Ball Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12 on drive.
这不是刚刚唱 rap 的那个吗？是同一个吧？
Facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the fingernail Harris.
Tommy 啊。
He's waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
哦，不是哎，不是那个女的。
Still going on. Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves.
什么是他们在比什么啊？
Not after last time.
他们在比什么啊？
On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball.
他们在比什么？
Not a bad shot there.
比丢球。
Back to Striker.
比丢球。
All right. She's gone to sort of.
什么啦？
Not bad if you ask me.
什么啦？
Bit of business with the ref, but it got
这也太
sorted
强
out.
了吧！
Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
还超险！
Oh no! And Harris is. We can only hope the round 2 treats.
还要跟裁判 argue， 我要笑死了。
Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course now they go back.
他的裁判在干嘛？我要乱挥一通。
Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, you seem to have some sort of streak on the.
哦，来了！哦，这个马赛克好像还可以。 等一下，这个。
Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved. They're trying to carry on play, but it's probably difficult. This is quite nice, and women's body. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker.
应该好了吧？
No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that offensive dunk? What a brilliant move.
到底是什么比赛啊？看起来超没有技巧性的啦。
And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastery of this play here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris has
什么意思？比了什么？
Tommy Harris.
什么？
Of course, the boys said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves, 4 rounds and several subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Remington Smith.
该不会又是黑 friendship 吧？
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protest to lose.
哎呀，又出现了！
Do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it.
等一下。
He's running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance, to be fair. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security's on it. And the bucket's been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now.
等一下，快点！等一下，这正在中场表演吗？
Not Sunday morning television. And out of there. Hopefully taken away, never to see again.
哦，结束了，结束了，结束。
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these two players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't. Not bad. So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start.
这到底在比什么啦？超强！
Back to Harris here.
这段看 VOD 感觉会超好笑，可是我在想要怎么追，好烦哦。
Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down.
到底根本就没有投啊！这个是在比不能投进，我真的是。
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course, perhaps. And yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course, we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely not.
裁判超认真在判呢。
What a massive shame. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. Here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad.
还有捡球的球童，我真的。
Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, right.
出事了！出事了！出事了！出事了！出事了！
I mean, there's only so much we can do.
出事了！出事了！
I'll try and carry on.
出事了！
Trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. What's going on here? Yes, yes. Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters, absolute wasters. Oh, jog on! It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. Of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from...
选手没被影响。
Really high level play here from two absolute juggernauts on the score.
这球童真的很好笑，哎，这段收视率好高哦。
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her.
我明天可以用我的视讯飘来飘去的，我就边看内容边那
She's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg, and now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg thing. So a wonderful move there, quite late on, from Striker. But she's in it to win it.
这球童很正哦。
Like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef.
主持人这样也可以播。哎呀，到底干嘛啦？
And he started out the banana was the ball. What a fantastic! Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic. There we go, Jeremy. That is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lovely. Referee now to announce it. In, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Samola!
15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here comes the opportunity to collect their medals. Jeremy. Back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shot me.
哦，在打雷是不是？
Just shot me. Where's that sound guy?
Everything okay? Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently. You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Postman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit dangerous. Now I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a
我不行啊，他怎么觉得我可以？
I'm sure you'll make the right decisions.
So sorry about all these buckets.
桶子是干嘛
Seem to
的
have？ sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Gonna need a whole new lining up there. Triple single, I shouldn't wonder.
We'll look into it. That's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right. Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet.
Is your seat?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
又是他们两个
3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in Seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissouts who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement
Oh.
to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
好可怕哦！
It's death, pet. She's talking about death.
真是干
We're
话
all
党。
afraid of our deaths. It's part of being human.
Sorry, are you saying that Advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yeah, that's definitely a job there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is
哇，
the
不愧是
closest
政治节目哎，收视率好高哦。
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He was to go to the hospital. He collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. We were all frail and pale. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as a He said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I live with.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
Oh, it was awful. Awful for us, and this is the point.
哇，收视率好高
It
哦
were！ awful for him. They could see it
发呆
was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. Or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children. as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to.
请问他是不是在讲干话？因为我刚刚太忙碌了，都没有认真，都没办法很专注看。
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical, and emotional costs are all catered for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with it dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. People who feel they run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline. Between Are you okay?
I don't know. I'm thinking from the asshole.
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried?
游戏本身就有马，他们不是真没穿。哦，我想说，他刚刚有一个马的地方，胸部还是很明显。
The older generation might feel somewhat.
怎么都是脏话
Sorry. The older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of with a rusty twat.
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Hiya!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need.
一片混乱呢。
We really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe.
还有收视率变好低哦。
We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank you.
杰若米好强哦。
Congratulations.
运动球决赛到底是什么啦
And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
Good job, everybody.
完全没消音。
So they just.
The same, sir.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be.
哎呦，该不会游戏要解决吧？
My nephews have been transitioned the moment I start the link.
我看会被电死吧？谢谢扣扣。我真的只有话剧社最强啊！我有一个巨额巨大的扣发工资通知单呐、哦，还可以继续吗？我还有吗？这样子礼拜一感觉会玩完欸。看一下啊，我明天要跟叉 B 他们拍片，检查前列腺的，你们要先看一颗啊，等下再储存。好，下一次把它破完，然后我们就可以来玩别的了。明天不会，明天要拍片。这是汤米吗？
I'm Tommy the Fingernail Harris, sporting legend. I've got it all. 4 world championships, 2 cars, a bidet, and an enlarged prostate.
哎呦
Your prostate is a small...
不要一本正经的跟我解释。
Located between your penis and your wee bag. If the prostate becomes enlarged, it can put pressure on the bladder. This can cause trouble starting to pee, and it can cause laundry baby.
健康教育台，恶魔前妻。哎呀，哎呦，这个应该可以吧？这个也不是真的，这也不是真的器官啊！我应该不会因为这样被分台吧？健康教育，哎，对啊。喂，我会怕，我不知道突起标准啊。
If you're worried about your swollen bum sack, book an appointment for God's sake. Procedure is easy, it's quick, and it's not gay. Tommy Harris. Rectums, check them.
哎呀，啊，这个广告不行啊！啊 ，no，no。 我们还有什么？过渡中心是那个吧？哎，过渡中心是党的广告啊。罗丁之乐是什么啦？
From the iconic A2 stainless steel posi drive wood screw to the M1 2mm slotted countersunk screw, the joy of screws is your key to a world of sticky fixings. Start collecting today and celebrate the nation's most well-known and best-loved pieces of hardware with your copy of the joy of screws.
最受欢迎的5金件。
Like the flathead self-flanging bump screw, the 4mm hexaflex mushroom bolt, the self-locking long-life round-head roofing tab, and that's only the beginning.
哦，这只是开始哦，哇！工商怪物，还有杂志。
DIY history from the Canterbury nut shortage to the socket screw rise at 29. This detailed guide will bring to life some of your favourite metalworking moments. Start your collection today, and we'll send you the first 8 editions with no postage or packing. That's right, no postage, no packing. Plus, you'll also receive this exclusive little bit of drill bit. So, what are you waiting for? Start collecting.
谁要啊？我是。
Authentic, genuine reproduction screw replicas. Collection is for display purposes only. The items are ornamental replicas and not for use with wood, metal, masonry.
我靠！
Conditions apply. See issue 42 details.
太屌了，太猛了！买了，这杂志该定了吧？第10天可以收到那个螺丝刀。好，再把最后那个看完。
Are you worried about being a burden on your children? Are you scared of a long, painful decline in your final years? Of being trapped in your own body as it slowly wastes away? Or losing your grip on reality? Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Now you can take back control of your swan song at one of the health services.
哇，而且还针对老人呢，超会的。
Come and stay for a week. Enjoy
Wow.
from our world-class kitchens or collect your thoughts in our beautiful gardens. And when it's time, at the end of your stay, you'll pass on painlessly, surrounded by those you love, in comfort and luxury. Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived?
这我一定投啊！
Expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements. And our aftercare team will help your dependents through the grieving process, ensuring your final wishes are carried out efficiently and compassionately, all absolutely free.
怎么可能？好会哦！
Your team.
住1个礼拜帮你安乐死。看到这段突然想死看看，不行。好。 我们今天玩到这里，看一下。
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson.
下一次开台是礼拜2晚上，那我们就礼拜2晚上把这个破完吧。好，行程表明天才会出，因为有一个工商一直还不知道到底是怎样，所以我们要等一下。好，哎。 好，今天开到这里啦，大家拜拜。拜喽。